Dirty chai, because we like it dirty. The homeowner, Denise, texted me this weekend about potentially widen this driveway. What, right now it's like 7 foot 8 inches or 7'10", or like, it's almost basically 8 foot wide. But she has a little Mini Cooper. She wants to make sure that when she pulls up, she can get out on her side, and that other person that's riding Patio can get out on the side, and that needs about like 9 foot. So we're gonna try to make this about a foot more wide. So we're pushing it on this way a little bit. And then the issues that we're running into that right now is this big concrete footing for this metal post for this gate is right there. Footing for that post, footing for that post, footing for that post. So what we'll have to do is we'll bring in a wet saw to saw cut all that so it's all in a straight line. It's not super hard to do, it just takes a little bit of time. That's probably gonna take like, what, 15 minutes to do, probably like an hour worth of cutting, well, cleaning them up, snapping the line, saw cutting them, and then chiseling them out.
Okay, so it's 20 feet.
Bro, y'all should see my backyard. The backyard.
It looks good, right?
Yeah, they did the backyard. Looks great. And then I did some cleaning.
The fence?
Yeah, the little pool fence is so. I did some cleaning and put some stuff out yesterday. All day I was working in the backyard. I was like, hey, sleeping good.
Looks better, huh?
Yeah. So this was here an existing deck beforehand. The deck that we're putting in is way less of an existing footprint than the one previous had. So this deck is going to be coming off, so it's a flush step coming outside the slider. We got to go an inch below the slider threshold so water and moisture doesn't get in there. So he'll walk out to your deck. Then you'll have a step down here, one more step there, and we're just showing the face of it. So bam, 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps, the face of it. So we know where the elevation of the concrete goes out there and finishes. But so we know where the concrete finishes, that's where the steps need to finish. We're gonna pop into a whimsical, magical place. Come with me to Narnia. Look at this, all this beautiful, look at this rose shrub. Got this nice little tree going, no idea what it is, but it looks nice. Got the mower and blowers. Look, if you ever needed to, you take your little business headshots back here. See all these red lines out? These red lines on the ground that mulch was painted out. This is what we're gonna get cracking on today, work on getting the drainage insulation. So Friday, Saturday, we came in here with the Bobcat, got all this old DGI, got all the old driveway out, right? So now, once we have it down to grade, then we can start putting in all the stuff that you're gonna pay money for that you're never even gonna see. The drainage, the irrigation sleeves, the electrical sleeves, bang, good example. Look at this. You've got your water source right here, and you've got a curb, and then a planter. Planter wraps all the way around there, then you have another planter right here, right? So the way you get water to make sure that all these are getting serviced, you gotta pull from your source, you got a sleeve. You see these 1, 2, 3 sleeves? That's gonna cover your water. It's gonna cover your backup water, and that's gonna cover your little low voltage sleeve, and if you wanna sleeve any low volt stuff to there. So it's gonna cover that, that's all covered. Then we gotta come in, add drainage. We gotta add drainage for the low spots in the planter, add drainage for the low spots in the DG patio, that's gonna be stabilized. So we can make sure that we're shedding water off the concrete this way and shedding water all the way out. Because it's the right thing to do. Paying money for stuff you're never gonna see, but trust me, when your backyard's not flooding and everybody else's is, you'll be the happy one. This is the process, right? So if you have your irrigation coming all the way over here, you gotta get underneath this concrete curb. The thing I like about concrete curbs is like, usually they throw a piece of rebar or 2 in them so they hold, so when you gotta dig underneath them to sleeve something, they're not gonna crumble on you. Like if you have an old mow curb that's made out of mortar sand mix, you know, it's probably gonna drop and fold and crack, versus the old concrete one, you know, they're solid. So you gotta dig under it, You gotta make sure you got enough room, sleeve over, sleeve over, sleeve over. And those are the little details that matter when you're working with Stuteville Landscaping. Let me catch one more small detail with you. So now, inside of this is gonna be all of our DG patio, right? That's all additional over there, that's just clean space. You see how we came in here and put that metal edging over there? Because we don't want any of the dirt bleeding onto the DG. We don't want any DG bleeding into the dirt. Little small detail. Same thing over here. Little small detail is we've got a piece of metal edging going in where the gate is, right? We don't want all of the new DG and the AB spilling out over there. We're gonna make sure it's level with the gate, so when it's open, it's not a crazy step. So just the little details that matter when working here with Stuteville Landscaping. We got you. All right, Sergio here has been working a good amount of time on these walkways and patios, but they look absolutely phenomenal. Like I'm gonna step very carefully on all this. Is this set over here?
Just this right here.
Okay, so you can see along the ridge line these cuts, and if you've ever worked with natural stone before, as he has, making circular cuts on these things is not easy. So you obviously lay them out. This will be a circular cut. That'll be a small circular cut. We'll have one going there. Now, when you look at the side of this, you want to make sure you cover this thing from all angles. So he's got these little ones cut right here, right? So pay attention to the little detail. These are gonna go here on this side. 45, this blends right into there. Another 45 is gonna look absolutely amazing. A lot of craftsmanship that goes into getting it done, but you know what? There's only one way to do things the right way. Who lives in a pineapple under the sea? SpongeBob SquarePants.
They separate their, you know, like
Yeah. Dirty chai, because we like it dirty. Let's go, vamos. So where we're working at right now, there's an old walnut tree that used to sit right here. So some of the roots pop over to here where those Crape Myrtles are. There's the walnut stump. Okay, walnut stump tree used to be over here. Took the tree out. Now there's some roots over there, so we need to take the roots out to make room for the Crape Myrtles going in. Detail here, 25-gallon Crape Myrtle sitting here. Look how large the hole is overdug. 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 You want to over dig these holes, especially when you're working in places like Davis. Anywhere that you're gonna have a clay based soil, if you just dig the hole the same size and put it in, it's not gonna work, because the clay is gonna wick so much moisture in the summer from the plant, and in the winter when it gets saturated, it's just gonna bring too much water by the roots and they're just gonna get drowned. So you have to over dig them. You have to put in good soil, sometimes a little bit of a gravel bedding in some cases, in order to get this right. So over dig these big trees, and that's why when we're installing 25-gallon or 2-foot boxes, we have to over dig the holes to make sure the trees live, because once we put it in, we don't want them dying, because if they die, then we have to come replace. We don't want to replace, because it'll be fine. Look at this metal edging. This looks freaking like a Craftsman. Look at this. We walked the lawn. We hit the little turn here. Look at the little bendy roo. Bindi, what's her name from the crocodile hunter? What's her name? Steve Irwin? Wasn't his daughter's name Bindi Irwin? Something like that. Dang. Turns this way. Look, it's nice and majestical. Bam. We got a laurel right there. This guy, we're gonna have to clean up some of these here so this laurel can start growing in back in here. We might even take this laurel out just because it's too close. We'll see. Laurel there. Poncho's putting down these stakes, these metal stakes coming back around and finishing there. Look at that. Metal edging, it's straight. And so it takes a lot of cutting with the grinders, a lot of bending in order to get these bends and curves in. But look at it, it's so beautiful. It's like a natural transition from the grass to the planter area. So instead of putting in like a thick concrete curb, instead of putting in an ugly bender board, at Stuteville Landscaping, we care about you. We want you to have your amazing backyard or front yard. We care about the best service. We care about you. So call us.